Hello YouTubers, Benign Chaos here, and today I am going to talk about a game that just came out recently for PS3 called Journey. I'm sure a lot of you have heard of it, especially if you're watching this video. And in a video I posted recently, showing off the dynamic theme that came with the pre-order of the game, I said that I'd probably put up a video or a couple of videos of Journey, but also said that I wouldn't be doing a full playthrough. And I just beat the game, and just before recording this, and decided that instead of doing any kind of playthrough, I would just kind of give my thoughts on the game, sort of like a review. I suppose this is a review. So I'll be talking, and the clip that you're seeing right now will only play for as long as it takes me to review this game, namely because this was a very aptly named game. This is a journey, and I don't personally believe it makes any sense to watch this in a video. If you have any interest in this game and want to play it, or sorry, if you have any interest in the game and you can play it, definitely do so. So just as an upfront statement, if you don't want me to spoil anything and you want to play the game, I can definitely tell you should be playing this game. It's really, really good. So I suppose I'll give you a moment to stop the video if you've heard this and you don't want me to say anything, yeah, give anything away. But okay, at this point, it's your own fault. I just beat the game. It's not a long game, and indeed I would actually suggest that you try and finish the game in one sitting. It only takes about an hour and 40 minutes. Actually, this is exactly the amount of time, an hour and a half, hour and 40 minutes to beat the game. And very much like other games that one would say are similar, like Flower, Eco, and Shadow of the Colossus, and probably the upcoming Last Guardian. This is a game that pulls on your heartstrings, and it does so with very high effectiveness. I've found myself just slack-jawed playing this game at many times, and even tearing up a couple times. And you will notice that at the beginning of the game, it's very relaxed and very without goals. You'll find yourself wandering in the very beginning of the game, and that's one thing that I will say that some people might not like about the game. For one thing, it's a short game, and for another, it's not something you should play for a challenge. This isn't your retro game. I'm sure most of you know this, but it bears being said. This isn't your game that you play to be challenged. There are trophies in the game, and they are challenging to fulfill, some of them. They involve finding things or performing certain tasks that aren't altogether very easy. But the main game, which I think is really what you should be playing for, is not a challenge. It is, in essence, a journey. And it's an excellently crafted one. I'm very grateful to have had the chance to play this, and we'll probably play it again. But you will notice that it's very slow in the beginning, and it will pick up very quickly once you meet your partner, so to speak. And this is where I feel that this game has been truly innovative, at least in my experience, and truly new and genius, really. In Eco and Shadow of the Colossus, the developers made you form an emotional relationship. That sounds kind of funny, but it crafted an emotional relationship between the player and the AI that you were paired with. In Eco, you developed a bond with Yorda, the girl that you led around. In Shadow of the Colossus, you developed a bond with the horse, Agro, and to some extent even the other Colossi, because uh, I at least, and I know a lot of others, would feel pretty bad when they were slaying the Colossi. Um, in Flower, you developed a pretty strong bond with the general atmosphere and setting of Flower, and that might seem like a strange thing to say, but I think it's true. In Journey, you don't develop quite so much a bond with the game or AI in the game, but you develop a bond with another player. Um, and it's very apparent when you're playing with another player that it is another player, because their movement is not a fixed pattern. It will be erratic at times, and you'll even see some of their personality show through as you play. And I definitely experienced this as I played. You'll notice that they will move in different ways from you. They'll be prone to exploring different regions than you do. And you can also press the circle button to communicate with each other in very rudimentary terms. It's really just emitting a sound, and it will always be the same sound. While the other player will be introduced very early on, and you're randomly paired with another player. And once you've been paired, you'll always know where this player is relative to your position. Because if the player is off screen, you'll see that the edge of the screen glows in their approximate direction. So you'll always be aware of their presence when you're playing together, and you play together for pretty much the whole game. And this might seem like, oh, okay, so I have some other player just somewhere in the world, whatever. But it's the game it does a very good job of, in some ways, making it necessary for you to form a bond with the other player, and also makes it so that you want to. You're in a very lonely world, and to find another living thing is quite a sight for sore eyes. But they make it necessary in that you can interact with the other player. And by being close to each other and by calling out to each other, you can actually recharge each other's powers in a way. In Journey, you have a scarf, and when you use this scarf, you can jump and fly for short periods of time. Being close to the other player and calling out to the player when you're close to each other will actually replenish your ability to jump and fly. And this becomes not essential to the game, but very useful, and you'll end up wanting to stay very close to the other player. And this causes you to form a very vested bond with the other player. You'll want to know if they're close. At many portions of the game, you'll not want to separate yourself too much from the other player. You may even, at some points, want to guide them along. And this, I feel I'm not portraying adequately through words, and you won't see it in the video, because I don't think in the video that's paired with my talking you'll see the other player. But it's quite something to experience. And that's really what this game is. It's an experience. The graphics are beautiful. The game uses a very simple graphical style, but it also looks really nice. The cloth moves very organically, or very naturally, and is pretty convincing, I find. The sand is beautiful, the way it moves with the wind, and the movement of the characters is very interesting to watch. And not only the lighting effects are another thing that are used to great effect in this game. Use of silhouettes and lens flare and all the lighting effects that are used work very well to create an integrated atmosphere and to create a lot of drama just through the visuals. But the music should also not be swept under the rug for this game, because it's not a complicated score. It's not highly prominent in the game, but it works very, very nicely, and it suits the different situations so well. There are times when the music is slow, there are times when the music is very happy, and there are times when the music is dramatic and a little tense, and it changes dynamically as you play. It will gradually change to match where in the game you are at any given point in time. I don't know what else I can say about this game. If you have been keeping your eye on this game and you think that it's something you would enjoy, I can easily tell you that it is. This is a great game. If you can, play the game in one sitting. This, as I said, you will form an emotional bond with the other player, with your own character, with your surroundings, and this is, with the way the game is created, this bond will be strongest if you play in one sitting, because it's dynamic, it's a journey. You are experiencing from the beginning to end of a story, very much like reading a book or watching an excellent movie, and I really can't say enough about this game. Thank you for watching this, and I hope that if you are thinking about trying this game, you'll try it, because it's really good. If you enjoyed this review, or even just watching me play in the background, please check out my channel. I post Let's Plays and lots of other stuff and junk. Again, this is Benign Chaos. If you liked it, please like, comment, or subscribe, or any combination of those three. And I'll see you guys in the next video.